Welcome everyone to the 123rd episode of the Home Theater Hub. What's going on, Ike? How are you? There he is. There is the club croissant.
What is he doing?
I don't know. He's even got the long hair to go with it, right? He's got it slicked
Heck
back,
yeah, man.
like he's in the VIP section.
Hey, man.
Got all the stuff going on now, man.
Looking like we're in a rock concert, man.
And I forgot to mention last week. I looked back at the video just for like a couple minutes because we had the guest on, and it looks like Ike is giving us a different angle again. So he's constantly changing the background angles.
No, say
I just changed the backgrounds.
Maybe
oh,
added.
look, see, that's more of a background change.
There you go. That's
There
a
you
that's a good background change.
You got an
like
IMAX there? What do you got?
That's the
Oh,
cinema.
there you go.
That's actually my photo there. So
Oh, okay. You're trying to blend in with the green shirt, camouflage.
yeah, you never
We're
know.
gonna
I
be
was
looking
there.
for you if that's a green screen.
Are we still drinking bubbly today? What we got? What's that?
Yes, today we're
What is it?
actually drinking a
Oh, there it is, bubbly. There it is.
cherry flavored bubbly.
Cherry.
Bubbly.
Yeah. I can't do cherry anything anymore. Ever since I was a kid, I was tormented with cherry medicines, cherry cough syrup, and ever since then, I can't do the cherry. Anything
Cherry Robitussin.
It just ruined cherry for me for the rest of my life.
What's up, Joseph? What's up, Siphonics? How are you, sir? Caught a little bit of your recap of Exponent there with some of your guests. That was pretty good there. So
Yeah.
You got to come on the show sometime. I know I've seen you in the comments the past couple weeks, so I don't know if you're still what your work schedule is, but yeah, you got to join us sometime, man.
Yeah.
So how was your week, Ike?
It's been a good one. Busy but good.
Busy but good. That's always
Busy
nice.
but good. It's always good. So looking forward to a show tonight.
All right, very nice. How about you, Paul? How was your week, sir?
I was pretty busy. I did not before we even get to it, I didn't even have a chance to watch a movie. Although the weekend I went camping. Camping season has started, so I did do that. And there's always something. I got a new. I think I told you guys I got a new grill, like a cooking thing.
Cooktop grill for
Yeah.
You were one with nature, huh?
And then we had a really, really, really nice tent that we've had for probably over 10 years. And you pay for a tent that lasts 10 years with no leak. I mean, we've been in like storms that blew trees down and we were perfectly dry and fine, barring, trees coming through the tent itself. But we're pretty aware of that, not trying to get next to the older dying trees because that can happen. But anyways, I looked at some newer tents and stuff like that, and man, now they've got special, which I'm gonna get. I ordered actually already. They have tent stakes, and because we camp in some pretty rocky, heavy clay, like that, mostly like rock areas. And they have friggin' little tent stakes that just drill into the ground. Like they're just screwed. Nice. I'm like, man, that you could just make that. Like, why? And I was gonna make them, but for the price of the bolts that you need, and then any heart, it's like, oh man, you can just buy a whole set.
Buy them,
yeah. Otherwise, I was gonna.
That's called mass production.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh damn, but I was like, wait, it's $2 a bolt. They're like, wait a minute, I can buy a whole set of 20 for like $20. The bolt's $2 a piece. I'm like, the math ain't math in there, damn it.
No. Not 3D printing this one, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much. But I was just like, that's what takes the longest because I set out all the guidelines for everything because we've had some incidences where it's torn stuff up or because you don't tie all the lines down properly. But if you do, generally everything lasts really. I mean, like perfect. Like we'll have a canopy up, everyone else's will be blown away, and ours is still sitting there. Like, yep, what?
I don't know why, but like I used to watch this guy on TikTok all the time, and he like camps in the middle of the blizzards and shit, like in Alaska and all kind of different places. And he carries
Yeah.
his little portable stove with him,
Yeah,
and it's like folds down into like 4 sides.
yeah,
And then he's got like a pipe that goes out of the tent
Yeah.
and everything else out.
Is that the bushcraft guy or is
Crane
it?
camping.
I don't know, man. It's
Yeah, I've watched some of those.
all
It's
I
pretty-
know is the guy was soaking wet in Alaska, and he was lucky to find a shelter, or so-called lucky to find just a shelter around the corner. So I don't
Oh,
know how
wow.
much is staged and how much is not, but
Yeah, you never know because that's
Yeah.
kind of Yeah.
yeah, for sure. No, but it was like supposedly they have these shelters for campers in
But
Alaska. that-
moral of my story is I'm trying to get up to as bougie as possible. Because I spend a lot of time trying to hammer in stakes, and I'm
get an
like,
RV
I know that's we're gonna do
Man, every
that.
time I look at
or a
RV,
pull behind camper, one or the other.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you're bougie.
Yeah,
every time I
that's
look at
where-
the cost of an RV, I'm like, I'm just gonna fly there and get a hotel room.
Welcome to the camping hub, guys.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's hard to bring the motorcycle on the airplane. I mean,
Oh well,
That's-
yeah. okay.
that's pretty tough. I mean, I could, but if I got that kind of money,
They have
Yeah.
one of those co-op stores by you. You know what I'm talking
what's
about?
that?
They
No.
have like a co-op store that's like full of camping gear and like tents and mountain bikes and all outdoorsy
Oh.
shit.
Oh yeah, we have an REI here. We have REI and we have Camping World. We have one.
That
of
might be
those.
Camping
is it
World.
REI co-op is what it is?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
I've spent way too much money there. Like way too much money.
Yeah, I
I
call
like
it
air
co-op
conditioning too
store.
much.
You'd think I was a professional backpacker as much money as I spent on
Camping
stuff
gear.
that compacts down to fit on the motorcycle.
Mm.
The size cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
The more compact, the more commas they add on that stuff.
Only place I'm camping is in my theater. That's about it.
Yeah,
The storm's getting ready to roll in, so hopefully, a pretty bad one. So I literally had to rush home. I just got back from setting a trap up in the attic, Jessica's house, because apparently she got a squirrel that got in there somehow. So we had to trap
Flying,
that, and
flying squirrel or regular squirrel?
I don't know. We don't know. She just heard it.
Mm.
I was like, and she was like, yeah, it sounded pretty small. She heard it run across the attic fan. I was like, oh, that was probably pretty loud.
If you catch it, I'll be surprised.
Yeah.
The only way to really catch squirrels is you have to do a one-way door on the entranceway and put like a whole cage there. So when they come
Gotcha.
out, they're stuck there, right?
Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
tough. It's tough to catch squirrels.
Yeah. Well, hey, all we can do is try. And next
And hopefully it's not a rat instead of a squirrel.
Oh, well, we'll know.
Mm.
But yeah,
I got a
so
pet.
this weekend I'll be climbing up on a roof, finding wherever the hole is and patching that up because they got in somehow.
FaceTime me. I'll help you out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you exactly where to look.
You have an expert on the show.
Pretty sure I know where to look.
Just find a
There's
hole.
2 gables. There's no eaves or anything, but there's 2 gables, and I sent the drone up there, and I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty much one of those 2.
Gable vents are number one
Yeah.
one spots for sure.
Yeah,
Welcome to Pest 101, guys.
yeah, exactly.
Squirrels
Yeah.
and you.
We got 3 shows in one.
That's how I could put some high end speakers up there and just blast them at 18,000 kilohertz and just have sound just up there just blaring in the attic though. Sometimes that'll get rid of pests.
Yeah,
How about
they
you,
might-
Abe?
They
How
might
was-
just have a party.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's
probably
true.
invite the other squirrels over. Hey man, it's disco time.
Yeah, it's like, man, they're raving here, bro. Yeah.
How was your week, Abe?
I had a great week. I had a lot of work, so that was good. But in between work, I took some time off. Well, not time off, but time out to go and me and my wife have gone to the movies and forever. So we went.
Oh, wow.
Let's go to the movies because we have a nice, very nice movie theater here in town that unfortunately in a couple months is going to close. They're going to close a lot of the Regal cinemas here. So it's like, hey, we're going to work. So we decided we're going to see a movie every week or every other week until it closes. And
Nice.
so just to see it one more time. And actually, we had a great time. We went and saw Project Hail Mary.
My wife told me she wanted to see that. She said, "Put it on the Kaleidoscope." I'm like,
Not there yet.
I would. It's not there yet.
Yeah,
But honestly-
they extended it in the
Uh-huh.
theaters, by the way.
Yeah. Mhm.
So
Yeah,
that's-
honestly, it was kind of nice because there was like 5 people in the whole theater, so I got to like find exactly the seat I want, which is nice. And so, hey, this is a great way for until they close up, I can kind of go see a lot of these movies and just sit exactly where I want, and not be bothered by anybody. And this theater actually, for commercial theater, looks and sounds good. So I had a very good experience there. It's nothing. It's not a Dolby Cinema or anything, but it's a Regal Cinema. So it's your
That's
basic setup.
Regals,
there.
Regals
Well-
sound pretty good, Jim.
Well, Regal don't like to put Atmos a lot of times.
Yeah,
I
I
got
thought they were a little weak
I
there.
got Regals here, and I'm like, "Where's the Atmos speakers?" They just
Yeah,
have
I don't think this
high
one had-
surrounds. You know.
Right. It was good. It could have been better. The video quality was really good. So, but I had a great time, and so it was nice to see that movie. And
Well, unfortunately, that movie got, because I was going to go see it too, and I was looking at like there was like maybe 10 theaters that I looked at, and they all it got kicked out of the big theaters.
Was it
and
really?
because of Super Mario.
Yeah.
So all the IMAXs and everything else, it was in there, and then boom, Mario came out, and they
It's
they
sad,
bumped
too,
it down to the,
yeah,
the lower.
because it was shot in IMAX 70 millimeter.
Mhm.
And I was like, so I was looking for an IMAX theater or a Dolby Cinema at least that can really kind of, because it, it was multi-format. I would love to have seen it in that. So yeah, I couldn't find it either. There was no one here who had it.
Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't go see it. I was like, you know what, I'll just
Yeah,
watch it on Kaleidoscope when it comes out.
I seen it in the IMAX. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. It was good. Well, I was happy with what we saw, and also it was a chance to go to the theater for a while. So I definitely enjoyed that.
Yeah, I may try to catch it in that theater that I was talking about previously. There's one. It's like a museum, child's museum, but they also have a huge movie theater there, that IMAX movie theater that plays the 70 millimeter.
Oh wow.
So it'll probably be playing there with the extension. So I may try to catch it there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it's for me, it's been a busy week. Unfortunately, didn't do any work on the theater. I was on daddy duty over the weekend. So wife had to work all weekend. So we like to call it a bro weekend. We had a bro weekend. So
Yeah.
we did a bunch. Me and the boy did a bunch of stuff. So, which was fun. Always fun spending the time with the kids. So
Yeah, that's cool.
but I was able to catch a couple movies. But we'll go around the room. You talked about Project Hail Mary, so we might as well start with you, Abe. How did you like it? And then any other stuff that you were able to partake in?
I liked the movie a lot. I thought it was good. I mean, the story's a little thin for me, but you kind of got to let it go, But I was like, okay, I'll suspension of disbelief. I'll go with a lot of it. But I thought it was really good. I thought definitely the cinematography was really good, and I'm sure it probably has some good demo tracks. And once we get it, Kaleidoscope, you can kind of play with it and see what they have to offer there. But so it has potential there. But it was overall it was a good movie. The other thing I could not believe, okay, they have Ryan Gosling as the main character. I was like, I don't know if I could believe he's a nerdy guy who can't find a woman back home on Earth. And I'm like, okay, kind of hard to believe that one. He's not nerdy enough for me to believe that. So, but yeah, but it was a good movie. And then the other movie I saw was Nuremberg. I saw that on Netflix.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That was great. That was great. I thought Russell Crowe did a fantastic job. Rami Malek did a really good job as a psychiatrist. I thought that was very well done. Definitely a fun movie.
I don't think his accent was very good though.
Well, you kind of, a lot of things you got to let go. But it was, it was good. It was good. Yeah. And then what's his name? Shannon. What's the guy that plays the lawyer? Robert Shannon, I think his name is. Did a great job as the trial, the attorney, the lawyer who was prosecuting. So that was my movies.
Very good. So how about you, Ike? Were you able to partake in any of those wonderful Blu-rays that you've been purchasing and just letting collect dust?
I know, right? No, but I did see Protector, Mila, what's her name? Jovovich, or how probably
Mila
butchered it.
Jovovich.
Yeah. He's good. It was one of those things that I expected so much because it was my favorite actress on there. But it was a good movie. And then I saw, what's the other one? War Driver. War Driver, that's another interesting movie. If you're a geek, if you're into cybersecurity space, it's about a guy who's hacking, who's a hacker and who sits in parking lots and war drives, because that's the term for it, right? To drive by and hack into stuff. It's a really, really, really good movie. And then I think I would actually rate that one higher than Protector.
Rotten Tomatoes gave it 100%, which is crazy. But
well, I didn't even see
IMDb gave it a 5 out of 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. But yeah, I would rate that higher than I would rate. Now, Protector had a twist was the end. It just threw me off, man, completely.
Ooh, 21% on Rotten Tomatoes for that one.
Oh, wow.
I'm surprised you're not telling us that we need to watch this for our homework.
No, it's actually, which of them are you referring to for? Is that Protector?
Yeah.
So it starts off good. And then it goes into this, shoot 'em up type stuff. And then, but there's a twist towards the end. But I think that twist came so late that it was just difficult to recover or to.
Or fell flat.
Yeah, it kind of just fell flat because I mean, I watched it towards the end. I was like, what is going on, man? I was like, wow. So I had to even go back thinking I had missed something. But
where'd you watch War Driver at?
On I'm not allowed to say it.
Oh. Okay.
I'll let you guys know. But yeah, it's on. You can get it on what's the name? I think Apple TV has it.
Okay.
Apple TV has it. Amazon Prime also has it.
Okay.
You can do that. And then I watched Shelter. Jason Statham.
Okay, yeah. Apple TV, Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked you, I said,
Fandango.
do you have a chance to watch any movies? He says no. And then he pops out with 3 movies.
No, I was referring to the Blu-ray comment. Did I watch any of the Blu-rays?
Okay.
And I said no. So all of these were just not on Blu-ray, not on
all the
disc.
streaming movies.
Yes.
What was your third movie?
Shelter, Jason Statham.
Shelter.
His name is.
Yeah.
Shelter. I thought you said Sheldon. I was like, wait,
no,
what?
Shelter.
Jason Statham takes a job selling Tough Sheds.
Yeah, that one just came out too.
Yeah.
I can imagine what that one is.
It's classic.
Jason Statham, right?
Yeah.
It's the same classic damsel in distress, gotta save type stuff. It's good. It's
It's
good
worth a watch.
for the home theater if you want to enjoy.
Got a 65%. That's 65 that's a little bit higher than normal for a regular action movie. See, a lot of these movies are 6.1, so I'm not too far off by always saying 6 on all my movies.
Yeah.
I think the last couple movies are like IMDb 6.
Yeah. Project Hail Mary.
It's a good shoot 'em up movie.
1999 right now. I'll put it. It's on my watch list for when it drops to 14.
Yeah.
I got it on my watch list. So
It's
I
good
don't-
to watch in the theater. I mean, you're gonna get some good sound from it. Nothing too crazy. I mean, gunshots, lots of gunshots. as
Lots of
usual.
gunshots.
But yeah,
So out of
mean,
the
it's
three, you're picking
War Driver because it
War
kind of
Driver to be
falls.
the
War Driver.
But I think it's more because it kind of falls into what I do on a day-to-day basis. So it's
Yeah.
kind of, I enjoy it. But it's a good movie. It's a good story. It has a good twist to it also. Yeah. But
Okay.
Shelter, if you're just looking for something to make noise in the theater, Shelter will probably be the best out of all three of them.
all right. Very
Cool.
good. Anything else to add to your movie watching for the week?
No, that is probably the most I have done. In a
I was
week
gonna
in a
say
long
that's
time.
that's.
No, that's I think the most movies we've seen him
I
mention.
think
Wow.
I think somebody locked you in the theater.
I know, right?
Yeah.
He watched all the movies for all of us. Like,
Now, remember, we
all
had
right.
guests all of the week, right? All of last week.
Oh,
into
yeah.
this
Oh, that's
week,
right. You had,
so
yeah.
we did a lot of movie watching.
So everybody wanted to watch some movies in the theater.
Yeah,
What was the consensus of the theater? Did they enjoy it?
they loved it. They
Awesome.
loved it, and we got somebody who came around also and is like, I want something like this, and I had to go to his house to take a look, and he has this amazing template. And Abe, I'll probably be reaching out to you soon.
Okay.
And somebody out here in Texas got a wonderful
Hey,
template.
I
for you to
got
play
a couple
with.
going already in
So,
Texas. So
yeah, but it was great. It was good.
that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Well, I guess I'll go into mine. I want to talk about a movie that we that I've already mentioned. If you guys haven't seen this, make sure you check this out because it was also just recognized by another YouTube channel. Make sure you go check out Send Help. This was a great movie with a nice little twists at the end and stuff like that. And it was actually recognized. I don't know if you guys follow AV Nirvana, but it was recognized by them for the bass. They have a section on AV Nirvana called Bass Hunters. You know, there was definitely some good scenes. I don't know that I'm putting it at the top of my list for Bass Hunters, but I mean there was some good bass in there, you know, but to me it was more of like a lot of there was a lot of dialogue, but there's a plane crash, obviously. There's some fighting scenes and some thunderstorms, but yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch this now just because Todd put this on his list for Bass Hunters. So but yeah, so wanted to mention that and
start the list, right? Like it might be right, like of 2026. This is so far, maybe it's like one of the better ones.
yeah, it could be for sure.
You
Because
know,
his
'cause-
last Bass Hunters was July of 2025. So at Estrada. So maybe, you know, and then he also put Mercy in there, which I don't know what subwoofers he's using. I think he's got like one of the 30 Ascendos in there or something like that.
Oh,
If it's that, every movie's gonna be a Bass Hunter movie.
I know. I mean, you can watch
yeah, right. Yeah, I know, right? It's like I just watched the news. Bass Hunter.
CNN, man, you should see that bass on CNN.
Yeah,
man. It's freaking crazy.
Hey,
So,
CNN
yeah.
goes down to single digits.
Now, speaking of that, did you
Is it the ratings or the base? Single digits.
RBH released a new giant subwoofer?
What's it? I did not see that. What did they release?
A 60-inch, like
really?
subwoofer, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
At a whatever at the Expona thing.
That was RBH.
Yeah, I believe.
I know there was another based on
Ceiling mounted?
No, yeah, ceiling mounted. I don't know that it was RBH.
1,000-pound ceiling mount. Yeah, sure. why not?
Cyphonics was there.
60-inch
Joseph,
subwoofer flushed
what
into
was
the
the
ceiling.
60-inch subwoofer? I believe Cyphonics had some pictures of it up. I don't know that it was quite RBH, though. I don't remember it being RBH.
Yeah. I don't
just
remember. Maybe it wasn't. But I thought
AI says based on the results, there's no mention of a 60-inch subwoofer from RBH.
Well, that's AI, man.
Yeah, that's AI.
The internet made it up.
Let's see. I'm sure we can Google this here. 60-inch.
Why don't you bang it? Maybe just bang it. Don't Google, bang it.
Deuce Audio. There's, I don't know. Who knows? I'm sure there's probably
Deuce Audio. I think that was the one.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I think that was the one. Let's see if they have it here. Yeah, I think this was the one right here.
So another, well, it was only, let me see. It was only like 35,000 or something like that. So no, that wasn't that. The one that I'm looking at or thinking of. I'll have to find it.
This is the one that I saw at M-Wave. This one right here. Not M-Wave. I apologize. At Expono. That's the one I saw on all of the live streams.
Oh my god.
Giles was there. That's Giles with the speaking of Expono, there was you got some competition. Joseph had someone on his live stream the other day that was 3D printing speakers and selling them they were at Expono.
Yeah.
And they look pretty nice.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. I know, yeah. I've already known, I know a couple places that already sell them. Right. So
okay. So Derek says it's the Deuce from CD. So it's the same one that was at CD also.
Huh.
Right. It looked different. That one looked different.
I missed that one.
I don't remember that color.
Where was that at?
Colored dust cone. The 60-inch was right across from the literally the sound rooms were along this row, and then
you've seen it.
It sat right there across.
It was the one that had the Back to the Future vest and the blow up guitar in front of it.
Oh, maybe. Okay. Yeah.
But anyway, just wanted to mention Todd and his
I'm pretty sure there's another one.
AV Nirvana here for the send help. But wanted to mention, the fact that he's got these up here, and I really enjoyed the movie Send Help, so I wanted to tell you guys about that again.
How much horror is it? Horror, or is just
no? It's
because it's also like a comedy too, right?
Well, I was taken. I honestly, I watched the trailer. I didn't look at the genre. It does say that it's horror. There is maybe one or two jump scares, but there's also some gore. So
I like gore. I just don't
yeah. So it's not horrible. I mean, kids can't watch it, but it's not crazy. But definitely check it out if you. It's worth a watch. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'd probably give it a solid 8. For the movie.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
The movie or the sound?
The movie itself, just a solid 8.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't come on here raving about the sound. I came on here raving about the movie. But yeah, it was
nice.
It was good.
That's
good.
A good
I enjoyed
one.
it. Yeah. And then I continued on my quest.
Man, that's a combo right there.
The Hunt.
I continued on my quest with Return of the Jedi.
Oh, you're up to the Return of the Jedi now, huh?
Yeah, so
nice.
That's the third one, right? Huh? Yeah, so
it is the third one.
So 50 years later.
I still remember my Ewok Happy Meal from McDonald's when that movie came out.
The Ewoks, yes, the Ewoks, and Princess Leia, and man, one thing that surprised me in the movie prior to that was what was the one before that? Empire Strikes Back,
which is the best one.
They had Princess Leia in basically like a bikini here. I mean, it's like, oh, okay, I didn't know we were going that route.
Many a young boy was admiring that picture of Princess Leia.
Yeah.
That was one of them.
There you go, right there.
Yeah. I mean, come on, that was
Man,
like
hey,
As a child,
saw that-
I watched this when I was way younger. It was 1983. I was born in. I was 10 years old. So basically, just coming into my age at that time, I guess.
yeah,
I
you
was
were
10 years
watching
old
Jabba
too,
the
but I was
Hutt.
still like, oh yeah. I saw
That was
that.
a BDSM scene with Jabba the
Yeah,
Hutt.
yeah.
I mean, he got her with the chain around the
I
neck.
know, man. I was like,
It's like, oh
And
man.
then,
if I
yeah,
was a
yeah, that
husband,
was
that's exactly
crazy,
what I
right?
would do.
I was like, oh, we're doing this.
Mhm. Shit. Hut don't
Uh,
play. The Hut don't play, man. He said, hook her up, man.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even put the darn picture up there. I'm sharing the picture. Yeah, here you go. Here's the poster there.
Yep.
So, of the Return of the Jedi. And then
Yeah.
a movie that I've
Poster
been
still holds up today.
Yeah.
then a movie that I was I purchased a while back due to a recommendation from someone on the show was The Big Short.
Ah, yeah.
Mm.
Love it.
Me,
Love
me
that
and,
movie.
me and the wife watched this. Me, the wife, and mother-in-law watched this last night. So a lot of good actors in this. I mean, look
Oh,
at
yeah.
the cast. Steve,
Right.
Steve Carell, Christian Bale, Ryan Gosling, Brad Pitt. I mean, just an all-star cast. It was a good movie. I will say it for me, it kind of drug a little bit, but there's no action in it or anything like that. It's just
Did you get Margot Robbie's explanation in
Margot
the
Robbie in
Did you
the
get that?
in the
Did you get that
bathtub.
explanation?
Yes, that
I
was
think
worth
she should
watching
explain
alone.
more things in a
I could watch her drink milk. It doesn't matter.
man, she could just talk the whole movie in that bathtub. I'd been all about it. Shit.
Yeah, her in the bathtub was excellent. So yeah, so if you haven't seen
Yeah.
that alone is just worth the price of admission for sure.
It was a nice where did that come from in the middle of the
Yeah,
movie?
for sure. Yeah. No, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't like I'd give it a 6. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I'm writing home to mama about, but it was a decent watch for sure.
Well, it's nerdy. It's if you're into financial stuff and I like stuff, it's nerdy in that regard, and that's what make for if you want to nerd out in that area, it's a great movie for that.
Yeah, for sure. And me and the wife, we binged watched something. What was it? I don't know that you can call it binge watching when there's only 6 episodes, but I will highly suggest that if you like twists and turns and mystery and who done it, go ahead and check out His and Hers on Netflix. It was good. It was really good. I enjoyed every bit of it. We watched 4 episodes one night and then couldn't wait until the following night to watch the other 2. So yeah, it was good. It was really good. I mean, I thought at one point that I had who done it figured out, but then it took me down another path, and then at the end, then I came back to who I thought it was originally, but changed my mind a couple different times. So yeah, no, it was good. It was a good whodunit. So if you haven't, I watched this one on the soundbar guys in my bedroom. So don't know if there's bass or surround sound or anything like
where
that.
Is it streaming off of? What platform? Where can you find this?
Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, so I highly would suggest it.
Everyone happy with the new increase on the Netflix subscription? Everybody good with this?
Everybody's great with paying the extra money.
Well, obviously, no one's canceled. You guys are still talking about it, so nobody here. Everybody's happy about it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I mean, look, the way that it goes is, you cut your cord 10, 15 years ago to pay $30 for 50 channels. Now it's the same price as cable at $150.
Yeah.
So it's the same exact thing now. So what's the difference, right? I
Pretty
wish they
much.
would just give us all our look, you get Netflix, you get Amazon, you get this, you get that, here's your price.
Yeah.
Right.
Give it all to me for just one fee.
Right, exactly.
And just call it a day.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you like thrillers, whodunits, definitely check this out. It's really good.
Who done it?
Really,
Mysteries.
yeah.
Who done it? I like who
Whodunits.
done it. Who done it?
Who that?
I
Who dat?
done did it. I done did it. Done it.
Don did it.
I could cancel Netflix and not lose a thing.
Yeah, I agree. The only reason I got to keep it, my daughter and my wife, they like movies off of it, and I got a couple movies I watch off. So you know, that's how you trap. That's how they trap you.
See, Nelson agrees with me. Send Help was excellent. It's a must watch. I agree. 100%. It was definitely a great movie. So, what else is going on in the world with you guys?
That's what
viruses noises. Yeah, for sure.
Well, you know what's funny? I'm sure a lot of you guys have read the stories about how a lot of people are going back to buying disc, or getting disc and watching them in the players, just because they're just tired of streaming. They're wanting to get it, and just
people
so
are literally going to vintage stores or
going to
Goodwill.
Goodwills.
They're going to Goodwills.
Yeah, buying the disc. And now
making a date out of it.
Here's a crazy thing. So you have this uptick in people very interested in discs again. Right at the same time, manufacturers decided they're not going to start, making players anymore, which is why some of these players are going through the prices of them have gone up quite dramatically. I'm looking at eBay at the 800 M2, the UBP X 800 M2, which sold new for like $299. Now they're selling on eBay for $300, $400, $500. I mean, because people want them, and it's just kind of crazy that right at that time, just bad timing for the industry. And I guess there's issues with the optical drives, I think, from what we were talking about last time. But which I think it's a good thing. I mean, it is getting crazy with the streaming costs. So I don't blame people.
Yeah, for sure.
You never know. Next thing you know, everybody will be not watching TV at all, and they'll be doing stuff outside.
Oh my God! Don't say that.
It's almost
camping.
Yeah, I know. It's
we'll have to create another
theater.
I know. I'm going to be cussing because I'm like, who are all these MFers out here camping? No one ever camps.
Segments on outdoor theater. How to make the best outdoor theater. What screens and projectors and speakers we're using for our outdoor theaters.
So it'll be Brews, Views, and camping cruise.
No, it's already Brews and Views is already covered.
And shoes.
This generation is not
shoes.
going outside.
and wet shoes. Brews, Views, and wet shoes.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I was able to, I think I mentioned that I was on daddy duty this weekend and was really disappointed, thoroughly disappointed that I couldn't make it to one of our regular participants on here to their get together. I think he was the fourth get together in Central Florida for Michael's Community AV. Chuck had a get together at his place.
Oh man!
And I'm it's 3.5 hours from me, and I was like, man, I so want to go to this, and I found out I was like, all right, I'm gonna go, and I was gonna have my mother-in-law watch the kid, but found out that my wife the night before had to work literally from 7 till 7 at night, which usually equates to about 8 p.m. So I didn't want to leave my mother-in-law with the kid while I made a 3-hour trip there. And after talking to Chuck, they wound up staying at his place, a whole bunch of people staying at his place from, I think the event started at like 1, and then I think the last person left at like 9 o'clock at night, something like that. So, and I had text Chuck. I was like, hey, Chuck, I'm so sorry I couldn't make it. I could have brought my son, but, he would have messed up everybody else's experience. Let's just put it that way. So this is this was some of the people that came over to his get together. So, and obviously this is his RBH theater system that we've seen on here before. But yeah, I was so bummed that I didn't get to go. But after talking to Chuck, he said it was a really good event. And this is a sign that
I like that sign.
Yeah, so this is a sign that actually one of the guys that he just met bought him for his birthday.
Oh,
Wow.
So you know, from their group. So
Wow.
that's
Dang,
really cool.
man.
I think I need to change group now. Man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And this
I'm
was
gonna
a,
be the
this was
first
I'm
DE
changing
member.
groups. Like,
Join that
what?
group.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
be an
that-
online member.
on-
There's no residency requirement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so look, I mean, it looks fantastic over top of the door.
It looks great.
Oh, it looks
That is
amazing.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I was like, oh, this is so cool, you know.
That is cool.
So, but yeah, I'm glad to hear that they had a great time and they had a good event, you know. So, it was pretty cool
Well,
to
yeah,
see
Chuck.
that.
Yeah, that was cool. I saw that. I was like, hey, that's awesome.
So Youth Man was there, and I don't know, you know, I don't know any of the other group, but I would have liked to get there and see, you know, some of the meet some of the guys there in the Central Florida group. I'm not too far from Central Florida. Like I said, takes me about 2.5 to 3 hours to get to Orlando to get to Disney. So not entirely out of my way by no means. I wouldn't have mind making the 3-hour hike up there for sure. So, but yeah, this was some of the pictures that Michael took, Youth Man, and posted them on Facebook. So I mean, just when I was there, I didn't remember these side surrounds. So I like I said, I text Chuck and said, hey, you know, sorry I couldn't make it, and I didn't expect. I wasn't going to call him because I knew that, you know, he'd probably be worn out from having everybody over and everything else. I was going to call him on Sunday, but he called me back Saturday night, and we probably talked about the whole event for maybe an hour or so, 45 minutes to an hour. We talked about the event and what he did and everything else like that. So it was pretty cool.
I'm sure he had fun.
Yeah. Chuck.
So he had the little setup there.
Man, I would have driven from Atlanta if I knew there were Swedish meatballs. I love
For
me some
sure.
Swedish meatballs. I show up at weddings when I hear the Swedish meatballs. Who's getting married? Get Swedish meatballs. I'm in.
That escape on the wall.
got them from IKEA, right?
Yeah.
And this was the
Big
list.
Speed family movie.
Yeah, it's got the little snack tray
Look at
there. That was
Big
pretty
Speed
cool.
Family
Oh,
movie. man.
customized, man.
Look at
Jeez,
that.
Chuck.
God. Too
Yeah.
fancy. Man, look at that.
Yeah.
I know,
So
right?
then this was the playlist that he had for
Look at
his,
there goes the big man.
Man, I'm telling you. Serious.
bring him in, bring him out.
Good.
Oh, there he is.
Who
He
let
didn't
the
even know I was
dogs
going to
out?
talk about this. Welcome, Chuck. What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What was that?
Yeah, we're doing a theater tour without you.
I'm doing a Chuck theater tour.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
What's up? What's up? So
What's
so
going
this
on?
was the list of, like, he made a script through Kaleidoscape. How long do you think this first script was, Chuck, that you said? Probably about 45 minutes to an hour or something like that.
Let's see if I got this thing on.
Yeah.
We can hear
We
you.
can hear
We can
you.
hear you.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
The first script was a little over an hour.
Jeez.
Okay.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, we even talked about, you know, stuff that he didn't have on there. I was like, Chuck, you're missing Badlands with the sword, and he's like, man, there's just so many, you know, so many demos, so many
Yep.
good demo scenes now, you know. So, but yeah, no, he did the blue, and then he said he was saying that they took a little break and came back and did the second demo. Kind of like you and I did, Abe. Remember, we took a little break and then came back and hit
We had
3D.
a morning preview and then the evening preview. That was great.
Yeah, we like the first group of guys came at 1:00, and we watched everything. But then another group came in at about 4. So
Oh wow.
we kind of started over watching the demos again. And some of the people who were here for the first group, I kind of switched up some of the demos. Like I showed them some of them, but I skipped through them because I had that second list, and I went through the second list, and so the people who was here the first time could see something different, you know. And it was pretty good.
It was fun. It looked fun. Looked like you guys had a fantastic time, you know.
Yeah.
Always good just to get with people and
Yeah.
talk to them. You know, have a good time. Just talk and shop, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
it's-
And they like those meatballs. They ate all them things. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
I know
that's
that's
a
right.
good job there. I hate when there's food left over.
I hear you. I hear you. It's more
Yeah,
to
we're
clean up,
definitely-
right?
I think as a collective, a group, we're definitely a group that likes to eat
Yeah.
and sit and watch movies.
Speaking
Yeah,
of,
and,
I-
I had
Not a very
meatballs.
active group.
I had some cocktail shrimp, some sandwiches, the rings.
Mm.
I had some beer, Paul.
Yeah,
And,
I would have been a
some
happy man.
soda and sweet tea and stuff like that.
Man, I need to go to Florida more often.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I need to plan mine. Actually, Bill reached out to me. Bill Murphy from he was with Arvolution, but he reached out to me to see when we could come over and check out the new Arvolution player. He wants to check it out with me and check out the 8K feature and see if it's up to par on that. I just told him, unfortunately, I've been a little bit busy with work, and then next week I got a full blown audit in my office to where they're going to be overturning every stone and every piece of paper. So I'll be knees deep in that for 3 straight days. So I'll probably be thankful that Thursday comes around because my brain will be wiped after that for sure. But yeah, no. So hopefully I can find time that in the next couple weeks that Bill and I can get together and we can, put that 8K player to the test.
Yeah.
And see.
Put it in a ringer. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So
Cyphonics said RBH has some new speakers at Expona.
New wild speakers. I thought I saw some videos on those too. Yeah, they were like twisted, right?
I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
I know there's a guy here, Brian, who I got my speakers from. He has some active, the RBH active bookshelves. Those things are amazing. I was like, I could not believe he was playing 2 bookshelf speakers, and I swore he had subwoofers going with those things. The bass on them is ridiculous, and the sound just. I forget the name of those speakers. Martin Logan, those big red ones. They had them at M-Wave. They was down in the last room, like the second or third year. They're huge, very, very expensive. They're usually colored like red or something like that.
I'm thinking like a Meridian, like Meridian.
I don't think it was Meridian, but I know with those, I heard them before. The sound seemed like it's all around you, even though it's a pair, like it's stereo. That's how these active bookshelves were. The sound was just totally filled the whole room and surrounded you. I was pretty impressed with those.
That's something that they already carry.
I think it's a new speaker. He had them.
Okay.
He's the first one that I've seen with them or even heard about them. So I don't know if they're calling them the 81 Active or something like that. So it's a new series.
Martin Logan Neoliths. That's what.
I think that's it. The Neoliths.
Oh yeah, the okay. So they're like a that's an Air Motion, not Air Motion.
It's a huge speaker, right?
It's an electrostat.
It's a huge speaker, isn't it?
Yeah,
these things are like 2 feet, 2.5 feet wide and 4 feet tall. They're a very big speaker. And I know they had them in when you first come in the door, that first section, all the way down on the end on the right. I forget what they are, but
you're talking about the Martin Logans.
Yeah,
the Martin Logans, they had the Neoliths there. They're electrostats.
Well, these bookshelves filled the room like those, because I heard those Neoliths at another place. And where they were at, they just filled that whole room up. And I felt like the speakers were behind me as well as in front. And that's what these active bookshelves were like.
I see.
Was it an open treated room or was it just a bare room?
Oh no, that's not them. That's not them.
That's not the ones you were talking about.
No. They're more. They're not they're not the electrostats.
Okay. Yeah.
But his place was just that I heard him was in the house, and
there's
the other ones that I'm
A21s,
trying to,
yeah.
I can never remember the name of. It was at a store.
Okay. Yeah.
We got the A31s, A41s
Logans.
for RBH.
I've done a lot of systems with Martin Logan.
RBH.
I don't even know if they have them on their site yet. I think they were
Yeah.
called 81s.
There's 81s there. I
That's
think
them?
these were the new ones. They got like a subwoofer down here.
Oh no, his didn't have a subwoofer. They were on a stand,
Mm.
and it was actually just one woofer, one tweeter.
Huh.
But like I said,
Like
the
a
sound
regular
that came out of
standard
those
bookshelf.
things,
Yeah.
his bass had to be going down to 20 hertz, easy for a bookshelf.
Without subs?
What size driver?
It was either 8 or 10 inch. They weren't
Mm.
big, but they had that cabinet very inert. You know, like it was a pretty hard cabinet. They
Mhm.
see that, yeah, they look like that one right there.
Patent pending, so that's probably them. GADS, granular acoustic dampening system.
Mm.
Yeah, that's they put they call it GADS. It's some type of, I don't know what the material is, but it's like sand.
Yeah, they fill the back, because I remember Shane Lee talking about how he had to fill the 21-inch subwoofer with like a sand material. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's like an extra 200 pounds worth of sand.
Right. Yeah. Mhm.
Mm. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
But that thing sounded amazing, and it had some kind of polymer sides to it. You know, like you got your box,
Mhm.
but then the box looked like it's encased in some kind of hard material that makes the cabinet even more inert. You know.
Mm.
Let me see if I can find some pictures. RBH.
It was an RBH speaker. That was-
It says it's 2025. Unrivaled 81AX bookshelf speaker at the show.
And these were active as well. So I guess they have their own amplifier and no, you know, the crossover is you know how active they don't really have a crossover in them. It has a DSP where you can put your own crossover.
Mm-hmm. Pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, if I had a 2-channel setup, I would definitely be interested in those.
Yeah, I've never actually gone over to Exponent to check that out. Check that out one time.
That's the 81s that it said that was at the show.
Man, did Yamaha come out with a new?
Yeah,
product?
see, that's the side on it. You see that one there?
Yeah.
Yeah, see how it has something else around it? And it's some kind of hard polymer or something. I don't know what it's
Like
called.
a decorative element, or has it got some functionality to it?
It's to make the cabinet more inert.
Mm. Cool.
I'll go to the
So it does help a lot somehow. You know, you can actually, any speaker that you buy, you can actually have that added to it.
Huh. Yeah, here it is right here.
Yeah.
Passive or active? Let's see. Oh, that's a subwoofer. But it does have that design on it too.
Yeah.
What do they say?
They can put it on
is
any
their-
speaker you buy.
what's
And
their
it definitely changes the sound.
Exceptionally clean, tight bass, unrivaled 12 PS and unrivaled 12 NS. With GADS, RDAP, and RAD technology upgrade with acoustic dampening material tightness. With astonishing response, 20 hertz. So that's the actual subwoofer.
Yeah, see how they put it on those white ones? They could put any color you want. So they put black on the white ones.
Yeah.
They can do different shapes. I mean, you can design these speakers to look like you want.
That's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Hey man, Chuck is about to get a new lineup, man.
Mhm.
Lineup of custom speakers.
Yep.
Now
No, I won't be going. I'm set now. I'm not I'm not looking for anything
You're
else.
not changing for a while, huh?
Nope.
Well, I mean, you know, I've always liked the sound of RBH, and I was
Yeah.
I've always wanted to. And I was so glad when I heard them at Emway, because I made a special trip to Florida Expo, thinking that they were going to be there, Florida Audio Expo, and they weren't there. So
Yeah. I had to go to Don Dunn's house to hear him, because he had some at his house before I bought
remember
mine.
that.
Yeah.
Atlantic
Before I bought
10,000.
mine, I went to his house. And the sad part was he had taken his front stage down because he was auditioning. I forgot who it was, Arundel's, or somebody had some new speakers. So he had them in the back. So I was listening to him, but it's not the same as hearing them up front, because the back is just ambient sound. So I sat next to it trying to hear it. But then he let me go in his office, and he had a pair of small bookshelves on his desk. And I went in there. He locked me in the room. I stayed in there for like 30 minutes just going through music, And that's when I was like, okay, yeah, these are amazing. Come to find out, I didn't know it at the time, but those little, I guess you would call those near fields when you have them on the side of your computer or whatever, those were actives. I didn't know that at the time when I was listening to them.
Yeah, I know Clips makes a little setup like that too, that are active, for the desktop. Right? Yeah, the fives and the sevens. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was very impressed. That's what made me say, okay, I'm all in now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the RBH you have in your theater, I was impressed with them. From the musicality of them, I was really impressed with it too.
Yeah, I think the mid range is better than the Martin Logans that I have, but I think the tweeter and the bass is about the same to me, but I think the mid range in your theater is a little bit more pronounced than mine.
Yeah,
and I still think you get a bigger sound stage than I do, but that could be due to dispersion of the speaker, or it could be due to the fact that I still don't have any treatments up too. So
yeah,
once it absorbs, that doesn't bounce back as much.
It's a good demo, and I didn't realize it until I put it up. That picture you showed with the lion, it's a cartoon. Sing
too.
Yeah. That song at the end, the crowd noise in the background. I mean, I felt like I was in that stadium, with everybody yelling, and I mean, the singing was fantastic, but the surrounds with everybody yelling, if I really felt like I was in the middle of that concert,
Yeah, it's cool.
So for a demo, that thing is pretty good.
They used that also to show off the one of the I think it was either the Barco or the Christie projector that was at M-Wave.
Yeah.
For this, they used the same
the picture on that is amazing too, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's got some good clarity to it. A lot of depth and detail.
For sure. I'm glad to hear you had a great time with this, Chuck, because I know you like to get out, just like we talked about going to M-Wave again and everything else like that. So I know you like to get out and check out people's theaters, and it was great for you to
that's cool
to go to actually host this and have people come over. So we have to get rid of that Tampa Bay Bucks helmet, but other than that, we're good.
that helmet signed by Warren Sapp.
Okay.
Yeah, my son bought it for me.
Oh, that's cool.
There was another picture that had like eight guys in it that Michael took. I'm surprised he didn't put that one up.
Yeah, I think I already went through that one. Let's see here.
Yeah.
That's my favorite picture.
Oh yeah, that's it right there. I looked at that picture later. I'm like, ooh, this is one Motley Crue right here.
You said that's your favorite picture, Abe? Lady Gaga?
No, the Swedish meatballs and
the sweetest meatballs.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Where'd you get the box from?
Actually, that was another birthday gift because I had my 65th birthday party, and somebody bought me that. That thing has so much chocolate in it. I'm still trying to eat it. It's the thing. It was like a 5-pound bag of like peanut cluster type thing, and then another tin can. It was still that peanut cluster, but it was like, you know how that brittle candy comes, you know, like hard with peanut, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck? How much candy can I eat? You know. And that party was in February, and I'm still eating it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get something together, you know, for our little group that we got. I know we have only got like, I want to say, how many people do we got in our group? But I mean, there was only like 5 or 6 people in the South Florida group, but it's slowly growing. You know, we're up to 73 members, but there's not a lot of activity on the posts. Let's see, we got you know we do got some new people posting some stuff, you know, but not as active as your guys' group. But I am going to set up
a lot of people in there. It's like 160 now. It keeps growing.
I am going to set up something to where we you know come out to my place because I want to do a pre acoustic treatment, and then I want to do it after I do all the acoustic treatment too, with the fabric and everything else like that.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
So I'd like to try to do that, and then you know, I'd also like to head up, you know, some subjective, you know, maybe some projector comparisons and maybe some subwoofer comparisons and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I you know, obviously they'll be subjective because, you know, I'm not going to be the best person to test this stuff out and everything else, but you know, just for fun, just so we can see, okay, well, you know, this one, you know, has this amount of brightness and this and that and everything else. I'd like to get some calibration gear myself and tinker around with that too.
Yeah, it would be good to like take some pre-calibration measurements just to see what the room is doing now, and then do all of our acoustic treatments and everything, and just see how that affected the room. You know, since you have that opportunity, just to see this is what the treatments did to the room.
The decay time did.
Yep, exactly. Equalization. Just how we tamed. Because that's, to me, the biggest thing. Before we even look at equalization and doing, you know, room correction, fix the room. Get as much of the room out of the way so that those room correction things have a much easier time of balancing out the room. So fix the room as much as you can. You'll have a much more rewarding experience when you actually do the setup and calibration, or whether it's room correction or Odyssey or any of those.
That's something I wish I could see, actually. I would love to see my room. I don't know what it looks like on REW. What's it doing? So I could tell if I need to do something else. And I don't really want to just throw stuff up unless I see it.
So with the Lindorf, I have a bypass button. So it'll turn off everything. And there's also a focus and a global as far as processing. So, you know, I can literally bypass all of the room perfect. We can take a measurement of the RT60 and everything else, the waterfall graph, and then we can turn it on to the focus position and see what it's doing with that, and then turn it on with the global position. So we could do all those measurements, you know, just to see what it's doing without any treatments on the wall, and then we can go back and redo it again.
Yeah, just, you know, while we have that opportunity, it'd be kind of fun to just track that in the progress of getting that thing built.
For sure. Yeah, no, I worked on it. I haven't worked on it anymore since I did my little update to, like I said, because but this weekend I think I'm going to try to do a little bit. So try to at least get the window casings done and put the pegboard on it, you know, to be able to start putting the rest of the design, you know. So, but yeah. Well, super glad that you had a fantastic time, Chuck. Any takeaways from the get together that, you know, for those of us that haven't done it yet, any takeaways that you may suggest, or you know, or any tips when hosting an event like this?
No, I tried to be as laid back as, you know, I could in a way. You know, I ran out quickly and bought some stuff, but had my wife make the meatballs, so that's cool. But
that was a beautiful touch there to that. I think I highly recommend that as yeah.
Because I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna get a sandwich ring, and you know, but I was like, I wanted to do something else, you know.
Right.
So then I got this, you know, the shrimp cocktail, which wasn't too bad, badly priced. And then the meatballs, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna I got like 3 bags of like beef meatballs that were, I think it was like 44 meatballs in a bag. And like I said, they ate all of them. I think there was probably about 7 left.
They had 15 people there. You know?
Yeah.
You had them there. You had them there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, they were captive. They had to eat.
Yeah. And we would take breaks in between. We go, you know, we eat and we talk, you know.
That's cool.
And so I think having as many demo clips helped me a lot, you know, for that amount of time. You know, It wasn't like I just had 30 minutes of clip and what are we doing now? You know, now I'm searching. So to have as many as I had, which I probably had like that first one, it was like 20 of them, and that was, like I said, was over an hour. The next one was less.
You put them all in a row, like kind of like all of this, just one shot.
So what was the maximum amount of people that you had at one time?
I would say 9. No, yeah, 9, counting myself, because the way my room is set up, I got these 3 chairs here. I got 4 bar stools in the back, so that's 7. I sat off on the side, and Brian sat off on the side because he'd been to my room so much. He's the one who calibrated it. So we weren't really interested in hearing anything. So because there was 7, they sat in these 7 seats, and every 2 demos, they rotate, you know, and I had 20 of them. So it was playing all at once. So 2 would go by, they rotate. 2 would go by, they rotate, you know. So they just went all the way around. And once that was done, we went and we started eating and drinking and stuff like that. And then a few more guys came in. So when they came in, we continued talking and stuff like that. So some of them left at that point. And I say out of those 8, not counting myself, out of those 8, maybe 4 or 5 of them left, which was about 4:30. And then we came back in, and I started with that first initial script that I had. I just jumped through a few of them. So I did a couple of base ones, but I skipped the ones that we always watch. And I played the ones that I know nobody plays, like Ip Man, which is a kung fu movie that I love. You know, so I played the ones that I know you don't typically see. And then I went to the second set of scripts so that the people who were here the first time wasn't just watching it again, you know.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so the second one, I had Deepwater Horizon, which was like 11-minute.
Yeah, that ending to that movie is absolutely insane.
Yeah, so that ran for another
Deepwater Horizon.
That ran for another 30-40 minutes. I don't even know how long that one was, but
so speaking of Deepwater Horizon, if you have the 4K disc, you put the 4K disc in, and it does like its little preview thing and everything else, right? You put the Blu-ray disc in, and it has the Dolby Atmos at the beginning of the movie, the Dolby Atmos like sound, where it goes through each channel, boom, 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 and it walks, but it does not have that on the 4K
4K.
version.
Really?
Yeah, it's so crazy.
That is interesting.
I would just I literally on the Blu-ray version, I would use that just the beginning of that to demo like my living room system to
I did not know
to
that.
my family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if you have the Blu-ray version,
Fun
you get
fact.
that you get that panning around the room of the Dolby Atmos, where it's like triangles and glass breaking and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I've heard that before, but that's interesting that the 4K UHD doesn't have
Yep.
it.
It didn't have it on it. Yep.
Yes, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think all
There's a couple
there's a lot of
of
little
videos.
hidden gems and on Blu-rays and DVDs. You guys know that every Sony, I know every Sony DVD, and I think Blu-rays too have if you put in their discs and you're on a menu and you type Sony in numbers, I forgot what the numbers are. It pulls up a color calibration.
7669.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's 7669, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's other discs that have stuff like that hidden in it too.
Hey,
Like sound tests and all kinds of stuff.
hey, that just reminded me. I did a long time ago. One of the shows we were talking about the Spears and Munsell
Yep.
calibration disc.
Yep.
Or one of you. I want to know if you ever had a chance to look at that because I think we were talking about one of it. You were gonna. I don't know if this was you or not, but
I have the new one.
yeah,
I have
doing
a new one. I
demo
haven't used it yet.
I have an older one.
Yeah,
I
the
have
new one.
both the new.
Yeah, I got
and
the new one
older.
too, but I think that would be a great one just to make a video. Just how do you how best to utilize that disc. I think a lot of people don't quite understand how to utilize that disc.
I know, man. The first time I tried to use it too, I was like, "What in the world?"
I was the same way. I was like, "What the hell is this? And how do I use this?" But after a while, I kind of
felt
got
like a graduate physics textbook.
But it's got a lot of crazy stuff. Highly recommended, and definitely, I think a good
Yeah.
video on kind of
What-
layman's
I think what
terms
I
how to
need
use
is-
it.
I need to get me a good colorimeter
Yeah.
because the one I used to have, I don't know if I can still trust it.
It does a good job. It does a really good job.
Well, another demo that wasn't on the list that I had was oh man, what's the name of that? I'm blanking. now.
SpongeBob movie.
No, it's kind of somewhat of a horror movie, and it has 6 clips on Kaleidoscape. So
Not Quiet Place.
I downloaded each one of those clips, and I let them watch that as well because it's a
Oh,
pretty
you told
good,
me about that, and I can't even remember what it is now.
It's on the Kaleidoscape store.
Yeah.
Clip?
Yep.
Oh,
What is Deep Sleep. I think that's
sleep.
Yeah, that was
something sleep.
Doctor Sleep.
Doctor Sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really.
I have
there's-
not seen that. Is that I've never? What is?
It's
just
part 2. It's part
Of
2
The
of The
Shining.
Shining.
Oh,
You haven't seen that?
I have not seen that.
You seen The Shining?
I've seen The Shining, many years ago, but I did not know
Well,
there
this
was.
is part 2.
Part 2. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, I've not watched it, but I heard that it definitely was demo worthy scenes in
That
there.
one is really good.
If
And
you
they-
download the
I have got to write
Basegate?
that down.
they got 6 scenes on there, and every one of those scenes I end up making a separate demo script for that, all 6
Wow.
scenes. So
Dang.
I also played that for them.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were not into horror, so I kept that separate. I
Mhm.
didn't mix it in. So
Yeah,
I'm
Ike,
writing
if
that
Ike came
down.
over there and watched that, he'd have to bring his blanket with him.
Mhm.
But you know the funny thing is, it's not
that
that.
one's
Blanket
not-
would have been helpful.
That's
It's
not,
not that
really.
scary.
Yeah, that's not really a
Ike,
scary.
why is he making fun of you saying you need your blanket?
Yeah, it's
'Cause I
really
do.
not that scary. And the funny part is,
actually do.
the 6 scenes are the scariest part in the whole movie.
Really?
You would watch those scenes and your head would say, "This is part 2 of The Shining," but then when you watch the movie, it fills in all the gaps. That's where all the dialogue and the
Yeah,
explaining.
it's really, really. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good.
When was that movie made?
Oh God,
I don't even know when it was made.
it's on the old Plexel.
Doctor Sleep, 2019.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
2019.
it's really, man. I tell you what I liked about it was they used the bass in the movie appropriately.
Oh, Derek saying it's the
That-
prequel to The Shining. Is that
No,
That's
I
the
think
movie,
I
but
think it's the
not
after.
prequel. It's the
It's not the
after.
prequel. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's whenever he's an adult, the kid. That,
Yeah, the kid is an adult in this movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had no idea they even made this. Wow. So check
yeah,
it
it
out.
kind of flew under the radar if you weren't aware of it, but and I don't know why, but
Well,
yeah,
probably that was probably right during COVID, right? That's probably why it fell off the radar.
I think the name of the movie is what
yeah,
you
I
know.
think it was the name. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dr. Sleep kind of made it.
Not The Shining Part 2. You know, you do that.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Oh, if they did that, oh man, I bet
People
you
would know. Yeah.
everyone would have watched it. Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's a very good.
They did a really
atmosphere.
good job with the bass. Like it wasn't like just droning bass. They actually used it as a musical presence.
Now, Chuck, are you a big Shining fan? Compared to that movie, do you feel like it was worthy of?
It was.
Okay.
It was. Yeah.
It kind of held its own.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
So while we got you, Chuck, speaking of movies, were you able to partake in any movies this week?
I'm sure I did. What did we watch? I can never remember.
See, he's got the same problem I have.
Yeah.
Just go to your download list on your Kaleidoscape. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
It's like I have so many different ways to watch movies. It's like, man, I wish there was one central, like, hey, it would just keep track of what you watched. So
For sure.
not even associated with like a streaming service, but just something that ties into all your services.
There is a
that know
tool.
that, hey,
It's called track.tv. I use
Oh.
that.
Track.tv.
Yeah.
But does that
and
work on all the streaming services?
on just about all of them? Because what I do is
Okay.
I'm able to add the different streaming services I use,
Because
including
that's on
Plex.
Zudu. That's on
And you can
Zudu.
sign into it on Plex and all the different tools. And
I'll
then
have to
you
check
can,
that out.
whenever you watch a movie, it updates it. And then you can even go in there manually, just update if you're watching like TV series and stuff like that. I've been using it for years, but I haven't logged into it recently. Let me see.
I did not know that. Ed,
Yeah.
did you know that?
I know.
Fall Guy again.
I forgot one that I started watching. I didn't finish it because the kid came into
Tiptoes.
the kid came into the room.
Is there a sequel to that?
Fire and Ash, Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Oh, what? Oh.
Yeah,
You
I
started
watched that.
watching
So I started watching this. There were some pretty graphic scenes, and the kid was running in with people shooting and dying, and I'm like, yeah, I maybe need to cut this off.
Yeah.
After about an hour into it or so, but I don't know. I wasn't impressed with this one. To
I
me,
think they've taken it too far.
well,
It's gone as far as it could, but
I don't.
they're
I
going
don't
to
think
continue
that
to
the-
milk
Well, you
it.
got to do all the elements. You got to do, water, air, fire.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe.
You know?
I guess deep space.
I don't know. The story.
whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Some
deep
people are
space.
saying this was the best one.
Really?
And I'm like, look, I haven't watched it all, so I don't know. I'm gonna
I'll have to
rewatch
watch
it.
it,
I'm gonna
yeah.
watch it at reference. When my son's not around, but I want to. I'll watch it again, but I did feel like some of the CGI was really corny. I mean, it was, it wasn't as good as some of the other stuff.
Kind of like they
the
kind of
other-
just dialed it in.
Yeah, I don't know. It was,
Yeah.
I know they were all filmed. Well, the second and third one, I think they were filmed at the same time.
Mm.
So, but yeah, no, it's I don't know. What are your guys' opinion in the chat? Did you watch Fire and Ash? Did you think it was good? What about you, Chuck? Did you like
I
it?
watched it. I thought it was, it obviously it's the same,
Right.
as the other ones, but I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of a difference because they added another character, and she was pretty,
My thing with the whole series is that even from the first one, it's the same regurgitated story. It's the Magnificent Seven. It's A Bug's Life. It's Three Amigos. I mean, it's the same thing about it's the same show. It's the same. I know the story. It's like
so. Yeah, I really enjoyed the first one. I would give that
like the 3D. That's what made that movie. They
not even the 3D.
Bunch of marketing at it and introduced 3D.
Yeah,
and it worked. It worked for it.
Yeah.
What was cool? A lot of scenes that cool is about it, but it's the story is kind of like it's weak. I've seen this story before, but
the story was the same because it's kind of the same Nemesis guy, right?
Yeah.
But they gave him a partner this time, and I thought she helped the movie, because she added that little bit of difference. Yeah, it's like okay, at least
Okay,
but beyond that, it was the same.
I don't think I like her character. Me personally, just watching it, I will openly admit that I watched it with the door open and maybe a light or two on in the back of the theater because my son was running in and out. So it just didn't look as crisp to me. It didn't look as good as the Way of the Water. Way of the Water looked. And
I agree with that actually.
Yeah.
I thought the other ones had a more vivid, look to them. This one still had all the colors and everything, but there was something about that vividness that
didn't have the saturation.
They probably cut corners. They probably just because they'd gotten so much out of the first two, they just, were just trying to, I think, probably milk it. Just put a little bit more out there.
Let's squeeze that last udder.
Yeah, I'll finish that. I'll go back in and I'll watch that. I'll finish watching it. But
yeah.
So I'm waiting for Mario to come out, and then I did pick up Running Man. The remake of Running Man. I picked it up. That was on sale for like $14.
Yeah, I bought that too. It was cheap.
Maybe $9.99 or something like that.
That was another one I watched. I did watch that one. Yeah.
I heard that is like reference demo material for that movie. Did you enjoy it?
I did. Yeah, I didn't watch it, and I don't always, when somebody's here, you turn everything up.
Right.
Sometimes you don't enjoy it as much because you're not listening at those volumes.
Right.
And then when somebody says how good something is, you go back and look at the demo scenes. Then you go, oh yeah. But me and my wife watched that, and it was pretty good.
Okay.
I didn't notice anything that was like reference to me.
Okay.
I don't recall anything either. Like I said, maybe because I didn't have it turned up.
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't bought it, but I haven't looked at it yet.
Yeah, I bought it maybe 2 weeks ago. I just haven't gotten a chance to watch it. I started my Star Wars. I want to try to get everything done by the May the 4th. So
I didn't watch Send Help yet, though. I want to watch that.
You got to watch it. It's good.
Yeah,
it's really good.
I gotta buy it. I haven't even bought it yet.
Yeah, it's probably still expensive. I don't know how much it is on Kaleidoscope.
It's 24.
Yeah, that's what it was when I purchased it.
And when I know I'm not gonna watch something, I wait because I feel like when I'm ready to watch it, maybe it'll hit 19. Or something. So
they just released Landman, which I'm thinking about purchasing that. So
I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
Landman is like Yellowstone.
I haven't checked to see what's on special Kaleidoscope in a while.
I've never watched Yellowstone either. So
I can't see the pricing because I have all these already, but Top Gun Maverick's on special pricing, Ballerina, Greatest Showman, John Wick 4, The Lord of the Rings extended version, Alien, Bohemian Rhapsody's on special, Gladiator.
How is that Bohemian Rhapsody?
That's fantastic. If you
I like that movie.
Yeah, it's good.
I like Rami Malek. It was a little hard to place him as Freddie Mercury, but I
thought he did a good job.
Like halfway through the movie, I accepted it. But it was hard at first. But once you accept him as Freddie Mercury, it makes the movie more enjoyable. So that was my only thing about watching that movie is I had to kind of wrap my head around that. But once I got into it, I realized he actually did a good job, even though it was just kind of weird at first. But yeah, excellent movie. Great sound too. Music, fantastic.
Well,
So Wild
you go
Robot.
into that movie knowing the soundtrack.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Yeah, how much they want for that? $9.99 for Bohemian Rhapsody. Wow,
That's good. That's a great
That's a
price.
great
Yeah,
price.
I gotta
That's a
look it up.
steal right there. You got to buy that.
It's,
That is
it's
a good one.
definitely worth that. Yeah.
Yeah, 4K.
I'm sitting here looking
Yeah,
at the movies that are on sale for this week, right? They're in rows of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So out of the first 21 movies, I have all of them but 3. So
Hey, I just found the music's on sale.
That means you got 3 to buy right now.
Yeah.
really, I
right.
paid $24 for that damn thing.
4K SDR, HD10, Dolby Vision, and Dolby Atmos. The whole, yeah, for $9.99.
They have Rio on sale for $4.99.
I asked somebody about what Kaleidoscape. You know how you get those updates and video improvements and stuff?
Yeah, did everybody get the new update that recently came through?
Well,
anybody notice anything?
If it says updated sound, which to me is the Dolby Atmos, and the picture, I update them. But sometimes it says updated PCM stereo. To me, that's 2-channel. Is it not?
Yeah, PCM stereo is just 2-channel.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so this is what Kaleidoscape sends you notice that all these movies that I purchased have an update that you get them for free. So it could be several things to do with it. Could be video, it could be
What's the 3
whatever.
you don't have? Got to be that 65 thing, 65 whatever.
No, I actually got 65. Well,
Oh,
this is
Really?
updates.
Yeah.
This is movie updates to movies that I have.
Right.
So let me go back to what
They got a lot. They got a lot on special pricing right now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
So
crazy. A lot of good
I
ones.
gotta-
we'll
I
go
gotta
with-
see if I've got
we'll go
the-
with what we got. All right. So got the first row, got the second row, got the third row, got the fourth row. I don't have Little Mermaid.
Why not?
I don't have Rio. And I don't have The Godfather on Kaleidoscape, but I have it on, I have it on disc. So those were the 3 that I don't have for the first 7 rows.
Right.
I've got The Godfather on Laserdisc still.
Oh my god.
So, but then if we go after that, I have all the Lord of the Rings. I have all the Hobbits. I have all the Indiana Jones. I have all the Mission Impossibles. I have stuff on all the John Wicks, all the Equalizers, all the Quiet Places. I don't have Star Trek or Anchorman on Kaleidoscape, but I do have them on disc. I have 2,100 movies on disc. So, I actually own The Proposal on Kaleidoscape too. So that's actually a good movie. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies on special, The Catch a Thief. Alfred Hitchcock movie. Excellent movie. It's on special. If you like an old movie with a great story, that's a winner right there. Catch a Thief.
I tried to. What was I trying to watch? Why do you keep putting me back here? Let's see. There we go. I tried to. What movie did I try to watch that was old that I told you I downloaded it? I never finished it. I don't think.
Yeah,
Oh no, I it was an old courtroom movie that we talked about.
Oh, the 12 Angry Men. Yeah.
12 Angry Men. Yeah.
Yeah, great movie. You said you liked it, right?
Yeah, it was good. Yep.
Yep. Excellent movie, and it's just nothing but dialogue, pretty much, and just some amazing acting. That's all it was, excellent movie. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's something to be said about some of those old movies where they didn't rely on. There wasn't a lot of special effects. There wasn't a lot of all the crazy stuff we get to enjoy now, but there was just story and there was dialogue and it was just amazing.
Yeah.
And so those still have a lot of merit, to watch those old movies. just great storytelling.
Well, look, we usually wait to the end of the show to do this, but I just want to mention the fact that obviously we've been short on guests, right? So if you'd like to be a guest, maybe people aren't making it to the end of the show, right? So I wanted to bring this up. We did have a guest last week, but the previous week couple weeks we didn't have a guest, right? So we really need people to either at least send us pictures, of their theater. You don't have to be on if you don't want to. We can just talk about the theater. You can give us some notes or some build pictures or
We can
whatever
talk about it for you.
Yeah, for sure. We can take a look at it and you can give us a list. We prefer for people to do a live tour, but if not, if you don't want to be on camera, that's perfectly fine. You can send us your pictures to hometheaterhublive@gmail.com, or with a list of all your equipment, or you could just agree to come on the show and be a guest on the show. And the way to do that also is to shoot us an email at hometheaterhublive@gmail.com. So like I said, in order to keep the show going, it's kind of slow right now in this world of AV, right? It's not a whole lot of new stuff coming out, and we can only talk about our own theater so much. So we need participants, right? We need people to help us out for the show. So
And I've got a lot of
it's the only
theaters out
reason
there.
Don hasn't completed his theater, so we can have something to talk about. So come on, guys, we need you to come.
I got a lot of theaters out there, but they're all like in construction. So they're kind of in that boring phase. So I've nothing pretty to show.
I actually like the construction phase because then you get an idea of what
we know that you like it a lot.
I like to keep it in that phase. I like to keep it right down. I like to keep it.
I wish I had a big middle finger. What do they call those emojis to put up? Oh man, yeah, no, seriously. I actually like the building phase. Because then you get different ideas.
He might have some new updates soon. So
there we go. Yeah,
next week. I have to go to the one in North Carolina. So it's we're going to be putting carpet in, and so maybe I can show a little bit of that. Maybe
for sure. Yeah, we would love to see some progress on some of the theaters that you're doing. Yeah. So, Derek,
Tom, I like
the construction phase.
My favorite part.
No, I mean, look. I enjoy building stuff, so I mean, I don't care how long it takes me to do it. I enjoy doing it myself. So, I think I mentioned that.
That is really the fun part. I mean, definitely that for me too. I've been doing this for a long time. The journey sometimes for me is the most enjoyable part. Like I know what these theaters are going to sound like at the end. I've heard enough of them, and I love them. I love them. Don't worry. I trust me. I get just as giddy as the clients when we turn it on for the first time after a year or sometimes 2 or 3 years because we're waiting for this house to get built. It's an amazing. It never gets old. When we turn on that system for the first time, it never gets old. It's always amazing. But for me, the thing that I've learned to enjoy the most is the journey, is the process of going through design and engineering and actually start, turning something that we've been staring at on paper for months into reality. And that journey it's never gets old either. I enjoy it.
And the cool part about it is like the guy last week, right? He had a suspended ceiling. So to overcome just a suspended ceiling and iron beam frame, right? He had to come up with a creative way to be able to mount his Atmos speakers. He had to come up with a creative way to mount his.
And that's the fun part, is solving these weird things that you run into all the time. And I've been doing this for a long time. Every job is different. There's always something new that you've got to solve. And that's part of the fun. For me, I like the challenges sometimes. How are we going to fix this? How are we going to do this? Yeah.
And then when it turns out great, you're like, oh man, I did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was able to do that. I mean, Chuck does this shit with his eyes closed. I know,
man. Chuck is like,
I went to. We got these home theater calls, but one of the guys who was here, I went to his house. He lives 15 minutes from me, and he's in a 14 by 14 bedroom. But I swear the sound that he has in there, and he has I think his bed layer is only 5-channel. He has Atmos, but his system I thought sounded amazing. The panning, and he did a fantastic job in a bedroom, 14 by 14.
We need to get him on the show, Chuck. I need you to promote us so that it come on the show.
Yeah, I'll see what he says.
Yeah, for sure. Would love to see. And Michael did a tour of one that was a smaller bedroom before, that somebody did. I think they made it like a whole Harry Potter theme a while back, a couple years back. That was, he said was really, really, really good.
I thought that one was one of the best ones because, it was small. It was, because it's not that it's easy, but it's. I mean, if you have $1 million, of course you can make it amazing. What I mean?
Exactly. Yep.
And a 50 by 30-foot room. Well, you could make it however you want. Like that's to you pay a fancy designer like Abe, and bam, your wish is my command. Kapow! But for people that do 12 by 11-foot rooms with 8-foot ceilings and make them sound amazing, like, man, that's and make it theirs, that like a statement piece,
right? I mean, I love the big ones. I love the big theaters that the crazy ones we do too. But you know what? Some of my favorite one of the small ones. The ones that the more intimate, smaller ones that I did, like this one I did for a client up in Nebraska. It was a very simple, but it was a small in a basement, and it's one of my favorite ones. So yeah, there's definitely all of them are good. You find something good.
Yeah, they all have their place for sure.
Absolutely.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would, love to have a themed, a themed theater that.
Those are fun, but there's but the small ones are also enjoyable.
You just have to enjoy what you got, man.
For sure.
What I've learned is there's always going to be one out there.
There's always
There's always going to be one or 10 out there that's better than yours. You just got to enjoy it, man.
At least I hope we can. I'll do my best. Yeah, I'm helping Derek on his theater.
That would be awesome.
Derek's got to give me some measurements before I can start. So you got to go.
It might be 11 by 13.
Well, I need some precise measurements. Is 11 and
trust me, Derek. You're going down to the 16th of an inch. I'm like,
read that tape measure carefully. Yeah,
and if it doesn't match, just tell him it matches the other side.
He needs one of those laser ones.
When you take the length of that room, you take it at the 3 different heights. Take it at the bottom, the middle, and the top. So
he needs that little laser thing where
I can see how to
put it on the wall and push it down to
the
16.
Multiple measurements. Because it makes a difference when you're adding that up. You want to see how out of square the room is. You want to see how to how to out of whack just the walls are. So I can see what's happening. So we can kind of design it for the median dimensions of each wall. So because trust me,
once Derek gets started, I got to make sure to get my theater done before Derek gets his done.
Okay, Derek, the pressure is on, Derek.
Yeah, pressure's on.
Speaking of that, what about Miguel? We were talking about Miguel a long time ago. Where's Miguel at in his theater progress?
Oh man, I'm making fun of him now. He's changed his theater as much as you've changed yours. It seems like.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he's got going on.
Well, I might be the slowest because mine's been sitting in design in CAD and model space for about 5 years now. So so mine hasn't even gotten out of model space in AutoCAD yet. It's like it's still there. We've got it.
Yeah,
I've got it.
That's different though. That's different.
Yeah.
Once you break ground, that's when it counts.
Yeah. So it's been sitting there.
Oh, Miguel's counts. He's been if he's
Now,
not on in a couple weeks, we have every right to make. It's like,
has,
oh,
has he,
you're in the Don Club.
the question is, how many upgrades has he done before he's actually got the theater finish?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's done a couple. He's upgraded all his speakers, and he might even be changing all those out too. He's totally changed his video completely. Yeah, he's done a couple things. So
For sure.
yeah, he's pulling a Don. How many projectors?
That's when you know you're taking a long time.
Don is just waiting for the NZ1200.
Yeah. He's waiting for a
I'm not going
discount
to
on that
upgrade the
barcode.
projector until the next one comes out for sure.
Yeah, the NZ1200.
I may be hitting. I was thinking about hitting Abe up for one of those barcodes and see what that.
I love
Yeah,
my
dude.
barcode, man.
Do you still have the NZ8 or did you upgrade already?
I still have the NZ8.
Oh, okay.
I don't see a need to upgrade, to be
There's
honest.
no
with you.
need.
And I haven't even put on the palette. I haven't even put on the lens yet. You know, the animal.
What I saw
lens.
was fine. What I saw in your theater was fine. You know, it totally. I would say you save it. Wait a couple years. Get the You're good now
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel any need to upgrade my. I got the NZ8
video. Yeah.
I don't feel any need to upgrade my projector.
If I upgrade, I might just go.
And like I said,
I might just go Epson.
I have the Panamorph lens that I haven't even put on there yet. You know, I'm going to pick up even more brightness once I put that on.
I would put that on, just to see. I mean that'll help.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been trying to find one on a used market, man, to buy, but they're not cheap.
I will say that after talking to Gene, who used to come on here all the time, he probably says that it's a good purchase, but it's probably one of the purchases that he regrets out of his whole theater. Because they're expensive, they're
they are expensive.
They're like $8,000 for the ones that we have.
Buy a new projector with that.
What for the lens?
For the lens,
the lens, yeah.
He says it does great. I'm not trying to bash it. I'm sure it's going to do wonders for mine, but it's going to increase the brightness and everything else. Not trying to bash Panamorph at all, but he's got some pretty expensive gear too. You know what I mean? He's got Macintosh. He's got B&W 802s. He's got all kind of stuff. So he said he did tell me that was probably one of the things he could have did without, right? Kind of like you and I right now.
I think it's a luxury item. I don't think it's an essential.
It adds some, but it's like but it's also one of those things where it's
your environment too, right? If you don't have a bright enough screen, like right now I have a 1.4 gain, right? 1.3 gain. If you don't have a totally light controlled room, you're going to benefit a lot more than someone else, with a light controlled room or a gain screen. You know what I mean? For the Panamorph lens.
And it's one of those. It's one of those things that even though it may add, it's not. I don't know how to. It's like putting a clear coat on your car. It's like, I'm glad a ceramic coat. It's like, I'm glad I got it.
Well, your tires
whatever. But it's not really adding. You're not in. It's not like you're enjoying your car more. You know what I mean? This is same thing with that. It's like, if you needed the brightness, right? It's like, okay, it may help, but you're not interacting with it. It's kind of set it and forget.
And the other thing that now how much more brightness are you going to need with what these projectors are coming out with now, right? You got the 6,000 lumen Epson, right? You got the 10,000 lumen.
That's
Epson.
Another thing. It's like, man, for the price of some of those lenses,
right?
You could just, if I want brightness, let me just buy this.
Just buy an Epson or something.
Yeah, exactly. Just have two projectors. It's like, hey, I'm going in full dark mode. You can just have them.
My Barco CinemaScope.
Yeah, there you go.
All day.
Yeah.
I went there. I went Barco because I got tired of doing the pan. I've done a ton of these Panamorph lens setups. They're such a pain in the ass, and it's like, I like them but you got to be so perfect.
You're talking about the ones with the sled, right?
I just do those too. Yeah, but even just the regular ones, you got to be very fixed throw distances be perfect, and and I got tired of being locked in, because sometimes when you're designing an interior design, you want to have a projector that's got some flexibility to it.
Mhm.
And Barco's got some insane flexibility.
So what's the because they have all different lenses, right? So
I can fine tune, pick just the lens I need based on my throw distance, vertical offset, and everything. And they're just super powerful.
So
and
for a theater like mine, if we were to look at a Barco, right?
The Bragi CinemaScope would be fine.
And what's the lumens output on that one? You know?
You got me on that one. I remember. I'll look it up.
For me, I would think I would want somewhere. It would have to have at least 5,000 or 6,000 lumens.
And we might have to go to the Balder. That'd be the step up for them.
For me to
Yeah,
and that's full 2020, right?
Yeah. No, Heimdall's full 2020. This would be Rec 709, but it's not full. Well, it's DC. What it was the one right below 2020.
DCI-3.
Yeah, DCI-P3. So it would be a DCI-P3. Barco. Bragi.
That thing's pretty deep too. So I would have to
it's
change.
It's 2,600 lumens in the Bragi, but it's you got to see the lens on it. The lens of it is just it's it doesn't sound like much, but for whatever reason that projector is plenty bright. And then the Balder, I think it would be but it's a native CinemaScope projector. So it's like a native, 5120 by 2160, whatever it is. So it's a native CinemaScope. Yeah.
So Drew says over Barco.
Yeah, no, 3840 by 2160 in the Bragi. It's when you go up to the Balder and the Heimdall that goes to a 5120 by.
What's the Heimdall run? MSRP.
We'll look it up.
That's the one they had at all the shows.
I love the Heimdall is my favorite right now. That's my favorite one. And I'm installing that on 2 theaters right now, which I'm excited to see what they actually look like. Vendor Barco price list. Okay. Well, this is my. They got to send me a new price list. This is the. Okay, Barco projector. Okay, Heimdall CinemaScopes are running retail. 44,825.
That's without the lens, right?
No, actually that's with the standard lens. And then the plus, which is a little bit more higher lumen projector is like 59,000.
Yeah.
That's what you need, Don.
That's
the Balder, but the Balder
that's an SUV right now.
The Balder's 37. The Bragi CinemaScope is 30. Retail, which
I would probably compare one of those to the upper end JVC. It's not pulling full Rec 2020. It's not,
Now the Heimdall,
3,500 lumens. Yeah, the Heimdall is.
Right. Yeah, the Heimdall is. The Balder CinemaScope is a DCI-P3 at 39,000.
Question for you for that? Like, I mean, if you're trying to, and look, I'm extending this somehow. If you're trying to get full Rec 2020, right? And you're looking at a weave screen, or you're looking at a perf screen, right? Are you going to get what you need with those screens?
There's still benefit. Yeah. Does the weave degrade it a little bit? Yeah, a little bit, but it's not significant. And you got to take the compromise when you need, you got speakers behind the screen. You're going to. Right. I personally prefer doing a micro perf than say a woven, but there's benefits acoustically to the woven. So there's, you give and take a little bit of the video for the audio. If you do a perf, you get a little bit more out of the audio. If you do a woven,
he needs one of those Barco screens. Just go with the screen.
Just go with the thing that Mr. Lang has, the full Barco screen.
Do that.
Then I'm sacrificing on the sound being underneath the screen.
That's the only problem. Yeah, he's got that NT the video wall. Yeah.
the
But
video.
but I tell you, the only problem I still love for film, for movies. I'm still gonna always love projection. It's what natural looks natural. It's what reminds you of going to the movie theaters. The LED walls are great, and I've done a couple theaters with LED walls in them already. Do they look cool? Yeah. I hate the speakers underneath the screen; drives me crazy. But they look cool, yeah. But when you watch a movie for 2 or 3 hours, I personally find it just a little fatiguing, because you've got so much. And even when you tone them down, it's still kind of like it's not as inviting, I would say, for 3 or 4 or 5 hours of movie watching. It's good, but I still think I prefer the look and feel of projection in a theater. And I just like having my sound behind the screen.
Great. Yeah.
I think that'll never die for me.
Speaking of that, have you guys seen? Let me do this. Have you guys seen the videos on this new TCL TV that's out? The 100-inch TV that is like blowing people away. This SQD mini LED.
Mm-mm.
That one, and there's one other one that's like even higher than that. It's I know Andrew. Oh, it was this one, the X11. There's like 20,000 dimming zones in this TV.
Wow.
It might not be this one. Let me see which one Andrew Robinson did a review on.
Yeah, I think that's an 85-inch.
Yeah.
Well, that one might come in a 100-inch too.
How do you guys like TCL? I've never really kept them on my radar.
They are, look, Sony knew to bow out. They are actually producing Sony TVs now.
Yes, shockingly, Sony doesn't make a lot of their TVs anymore. I mean their OLEDs are made by LG, except for
the panel. Yes, the panel. Yeah.
Yeah, but I will say that the processing that Sony adds to that, in my opinion, because I have both of them here in my house, I have the G Series OLED LG and I have the Sony OLED. I gotta say, I think the Sony does a little bit better job on the processing on the LG panel and the Sony OLED.
Yep.
I enjoy watching movies on it more than I enjoy watching on the G in my living room.
Yeah, so it was the
You can't beat
X11L.
Sony's processor, man. It's hot.
Yeah, the processor is very well done.
Yeah, so this one is the one that Andrew Robinson raved about, the X11L. For the $10,000 for the 100-inch. I think.
Honestly, that's amazing. I mean, that's something.
Look at
like
this: 20,000 dimming zones in this. He said it's as close to an OLED as he's ever seen, with the peak brightness. He said he was watching content like real, not like a square, but watching content at 4,000 nits.
Think about just 10 years ago, what $10,000 bought.
What I don't get, right? Tell me why. Tell me why this is the case, right? It could be mass production, is what I'm thinking off the top of my head. But why do TVs keep getting cheaper, but projectors keep getting more expensive?
Supply and demand. There's more demand for this than there is for projectors. So the cost of production is much higher on projection as it is on TVs because they can mass.
There is that too, but you also got to remember whenever you're purchasing a TV, you're the product. Remember, they're doing auto content recognition on this, and they're selling a profile on you. You have to log into all these TVs. If you don't know to go and opt out, they're reselling all this information, and that's how they're truly making their money.
Well, that's true. Yeah, they are.
It's a back-end marketing money generator.
Well, also the TV manufacturers charge money to Netflix and all things, for even preem space on the remote. Like, okay, if you want to be on the remote control of this, okay, you got to give us so many per unit. So they're making money on that.
But they're selling it, but they're selling, so they're tracking like, oh, you watched Fast and Furious 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, but only 2 people watched that. oh, everybody watched, Get Help. Okay, hey, make more movies like that. They're selling it back to those same people. It's a profile generator. They're
They're selling
making
more TVs than projectors.
billions off
Of
of it.
course.
How
yeah.
many TVs do you think TCL sold last year versus JVC projectors?
Oh,
A lot.
Oh God, millions.
And millions more, hundreds of
Yeah.
millions more.
Well, and people buying a lot more TVs than they're buying projectors because they're putting them in
Yeah.
their house,
The
their
numbers
apartment,
game.
their condo.
Well, yeah,
You know.
especially now because
You have
nobody
one projector in one house, but you might have 5 TVs in each
I
one.
mean, to me, the components, other than storage now, obviously we're seeing electronics start to increase in price. Storage and memory, and hard disks and SATA drives and all that stuff starting to become hard to find again. So obviously that's supply and demand. But
Yeah.
just to me, that chip. Yes, they have advancements in chips and everything else, but
I don't think
that
comments.
those, I think that, and yes, some of that technology is trickling down, like to the JVC 7 and the 5. That was in some of the other models before, but it just seems like the projector pricing keeps going up, not coming down, right?
Yeah.
So even your upper end JVC.
Now that is probably exactly what you were saying, supply and demand, because the larger the TVs get, now they'll let, maybe they used to sell 1,000 units a month. Well, now it's like, well, hey, I want a 100-inch, projection screen. Oh, there's a 100-inch TV. Well, I'll just get that, So now that margin's gone down. So now they have to raise their margins because it's not like that. And they're not doing any, projector is just a projector, it's not necessarily, maybe some of those lifestyle ones they can do the same thing in. That's probably why those lifestyle ones are super cheap, right?
Oh yeah,
hey, we're marketing inside this as well, because they've got their own little.
Well, what about the AWOLs and Next Jimmys and stuff like
Yeah.
that? I don't think they're you're going to get that type of marketing blanket coverage that you.
I bought and I use it for my just when we do outdoor movies. LG makes a little 4K projector, little tiny thing. I paid $850 for it. It's amazing what this little thing does. But it has Netflix and it's got all the apps built into it and everything, which is probably would help make it the price point it is. But comes with a little pedestal stand and everything, and you can Bluetooth the sound to your speakers, and you can have an instant outdoor theater, and for $800. So it's amazing. So some of those projectors,
yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, I mean the technology, the started off with the laser, right? I think one of the first I think JVC was one of the first ones to bring out to the laser, or maybe it was it could have been Sony that had the laser projector first. I think they had a model of the laser projector, but and it was expensive. And then I know JVC got the 3 laser chip and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I mean it's just that technology has now trickled down to some of the lifestyle projectors and some of the ultra short throws and everything else like that. So I can see some benefit there, but just some of these upper end projectors, they just keep getting more expensive. They're not lowering the price at all for any of these. The JVC projector, I think it was $25,000, for one of the first laser ones, and now they're up into the 30s, 32, 33,000. It's just pretty expensive, for some of these items. And then we talked about the Barco at $60,000 for that projector.
It's not going to
that's
get
for
any
a Heimdall
cheaper.
Plus CinemaScope. Yeah, so
for sure.
Yeah,
but that's what it would take for me to come out of my JVC. I would want.
But in a couple of years, who knows? What do we have in a couple of years?
Right.
Yeah.
So Chuck, you seem like you're more than happy with what you got over there, and I think you got a fantastic picture over there too. Abe has been there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun. And how far are you from your screen?
11 feet.
Yeah, same as me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy. I don't see any need to spend that kind of money for maybe a whatever percentage, 5, 10, 15%.
Right.
It don't make sense.
Yeah, I will say the only thing that will help you is definitely a processor, like the Mad VR or the Lumagen.
Yeah, every time I ask about that, once I say I got a 16:9, then people tend to tell me, well, you don't need it, So I'm always lost. Yeah, I'm always kind of lost when it comes to that.
Yeah, I think you'll get better color saturation, better tone mapping. All together. You won't use the nonlinear stretch.
I think that's the only thing they refer to when they tell you you have a 16:9. Is the NLS.
But you won't use it in the 240 format because movies are 240. I got a 16:9, so I'm masking.
Right.
So I wouldn't stretch it a little bit.
The way you're masking, you're only losing 8 inches of screen.
Because you're masking.
Yeah, he has two-way masking.
And you have the whole two-way. Yeah.
Yeah, so he doesn't need any of the masking stuff.
You don't need any of the masking. You just need the color.
Yeah, because you set it as a constant height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what it would do.
You just need the color.
Yeah. See, what I thought it would do was have it where instead of both masking,
gracias,
the picture would be such that I'm only using the equivalent of one masking. Like you would stretch it just a little bit so that that's what I was thinking. If I did have
it won't hurt. Put it that way. It won't hurt. It would only help. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you, like I said, most important, if you're happy with it now, yeah, stay with it. Stay with what you got. If you're happy,
yeah. I got a bunch of other stuff I need to spend money on.
Thanks for the super chat, Shane. YouTube royalty in the house. Thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate you.
What do you say? Get a kombucha.
Kombucha.
I had to look it up. I didn't know what it was. So
it's really
it's the drink.
It's a tea, right?
Drink type thing.
Yeah,
it's a drink.
I don't partake in any type of hot drinks or
healthy,
anything like that.
No, it's
not. It's hot. It's cold drink. In a bottle, like near
those healthy drinks that helps cleanse you.
Yeah, we don't do that healthy thing here, man.
No. The kombucha is one of the Jessica's favorite alcohol drinks. They have a kombucha tea.
Yeah, it's a tea. That's what I saw.
That is alcohol infused.
Okay.
Have it at the yard.
Like a sake,
kind of like a ginger almost, right? Is ginger in there? I don't know. It's powerful. I know all I remember is
yeah, it's good. It
tastes as good as Yoo-hoo.
It's high ABV. I know that.
Well, we definitely appreciate everyone joining us tonight. We're going to go ahead and get it wrapped up here, but thank you so much, Shane, for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you for joining the show. It was good to see that somebody was checking out our saying. I mentioned it in our Facebook group today, but we'll get to that in a second. But if you could do all that great YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you know when new shows will be coming, which we're on a schedule. So you should already know 9:30 on Thursday nights, Eastern Standard. We're here.
9:30.
And then once again, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, please shoot us an email to hometheaterhublive@gmail.com. And then one last thing. On Facebook today, I saw somebody actually used part of our saying.
Did you copyright it?
Hey, we're getting the word out, right?
That's it.
So just like DJ says, just go press play, right? We're saying until next time. Lights down, sounds up, and don't blame us for your next upgrade. All right, everyone. Appreciate you. See you next Thursday.
Easy challenge. Finish your theater before Don's.
That is not an easy challenge, sir. See you guys. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us, Chuck. Hang on.
Okay.